Hello and welcome back, viewers! In this video, we're going to talk about the uniqueness of the third zodiac sign, Gemini. Gemini is the third zodiac sign. It symbolizes the departure of spring and is often portrayed as a metaphor for the last years of adolescence in humans. So, what makes Gemini so special? Let's find out. The Gemini personality traits. When you are a zodiac sign that is ruled by Mercury, you will definitely be an excellent communicator. Geminis are not an exception to this rule. Whether it's giving a speech in front of 100,000 people or a one-on-one discussion, Geminis are good in both scenarios. They can make a deal with anyone and talk their way out of any situation. As a result, they're called the smooth talkers of the zodiac. Speaking of being a smooth talker, there is one person who comes to mind. Johnny Depp. Is it any surprise that a Gemini would choose to be an actor? We didn't think so either. His acting is renowned, with some of his roles becoming iconic. One of the most significant being that of Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Depp creates a personification of a self-centered human being, who comes through heroically when the occasion calls for it. While there is an entertainment factor related to the character, there's also a deep sadness. His unpredictable nature keeps him complex. At the same time, he can be quite vulnerable. Jack Sparrow is not only the product of good writing, but also the genius of Johnny Depp. Johnny is like a ghost in the night, or an artist painting a canvas, very subtle yet very loud. To be able to portray such a paradoxical character on screen, one needs to be able to communicate it properly to the audience. Fortunately for all of us, Johnny Depp is a Gemini. On top of that, Geminis are really good at being analytical and observant. This trait comes to good use in investigative journalism, editing, and research. Probably one of the greatest examples of this trait can be seen in The Diary of a Young Girl. Yes, we're talking about the diary of one of the world's most discussed Holocaust victims, Anne Frank. Her Gemini observation skills can be seen in her diary. Nearly every moment she spent during that period of time is documented in the diary. It was through her documentation that the rest of the world could learn about the horror faced by Jews at the time. Unfortunately, though, this young Gemini never got to live her life to the fullest, as she died at the age of 15. Moving back on track, another Gemini trait that is very fascinating is their childlike curiosity. Yes, Geminis can be in their 40s or 50s and have the curiosity of an 8-year-old. They are always looking for new things to learn, and they need constant stimulation. A good example of this type of Gemini was actress Marilyn Monroe. Despite all the controversies of her reputation for playing the dumb blonde stereotypical characters, Marilyn Monroe was anything but dumb. She was apparently an avid reader and owned more than 500 books. Whenever she wasn't filming, she could be found reading. These books included biographies of historical personalities, the latest trends in technology, and interviews of well-known musicians of that era. She also had an interest in learning about other cultures. Come to think of it, it is sad that people only remember her for her stereotypical blonde roles and her controversial public image, when really, she was so much more. On the downside though, Geminis have somewhat of a dual nature, and may be perceived as being fickle and two-faced. Many people may not find them trustworthy. They can also be a bit indecisive at times and may find it difficult to make important decisions in life. Additionally, their decisions may be based on one point of view and not from a proper assessment of a scenario. For all the qualities in a Gemini, this one stands as a tragic flaw. Now that you have the hang of the Gemini personality, let's talk about the Gemini Compatibilities. Gemini is the first air sign in the zodiac. As an air sign, Gemini is a good match for both Aquarius and Libra. Aquarius finds a person who is equally curious and eager to learn. Libra balances out the Gemini's eccentric nature with their rationality. In other words, it's a win-win situation for everyone. Of course, both signs better watch out because Geminis aren't known for their loyalty. Maybe this is why they struggle with water and earth signs. Earthy signs like Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn find these folks to be too shallow. Gemini may find them to be too traditional and grounded. Similarly, Gemini may find Scorpios to be too intense, and Scorpios may find Geminis to be unreliable. As such, this is another pair that might need a lot of work. The same thing can be said for Cancer and Pisces. Although, astrologers believe that Gemini has the best chance with the Pisces among other water signs. Interestingly, astrologers also claim that Gemini's best chance of a relationship is with a Leo. They both can be childish at times. Additionally, the Leo charisma is sure to catch the Gemini's attention. Similarly, Geminis do well with Aries and Sagittarius. Of course, Sagittarius would require a lot more work. Why? Well, it's more of a case of like attracts like. Aries and Gemini are both very childish. The difference lies in the fact that Geminis can be manipulative at times and Aries hates manipulation. So it can work as long as Gemini learns to keep those mind games in check. As we have shed some light on the Gemini compatibility, it's time to talk about their likes and dislikes. Geminis love intellectual conversation. Their sign's motto is, I think. This is why the sign is always looking for mental stimulation. In that case, it should work well with Scorpio, right? No, not really. You see, Scorpios are very intense, passionate, and emotional. The flighty nature of a Gemini doesn't appeal to them, so Gemini will have a hard time flattering a Scorpio. Geminis also love socializing and partying. For them, it is important that they are around people. They are drawn to everyone they meet. Anything or anyone new catches their eye and they want to know more about them. As a result, this zodiac despises loneliness and can be seen as depressed when alone. Many Geminis even hate loneliness with a passion. This is probably why they don't do well with water and earth signs, who are usually loners at heart. One of the most interesting things about this zodiac sign is despite how smart they are, they can be quite naive. So even if they were to decide on something, it may not turn out the way they would have imagined. Perhaps this is why Gemini is called the child of the zodiac. It suits them, as some Geminis may show childlike qualities. So, are you a Gemini? What Gemini traits do you have? Let us know in the comments section and stay tuned because we'll be back with Cancer. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait, what kind of bestie are we if we don't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.